Alright, so today we're playing Astro's Playroom, because obviously I needed to prove I could platinum the tutorial. It's kind of like flexing for completing a capture test, but whatever, we're here now. Astro's Playroom is a glorified controller tutorial that goes way too hard for no reason. It's like if your calculator suddenly started playing Skyrim. You get haptics, you get adaptive triggers, you get abandonment, because no other game is ever gonna use this. There are 43 trophies in the base game, which already feels like overkill for a game that teaches you how to jump, but silly me, wandered into the DLC like a lost child in a mall food court, so now it's 51. You better believe I'm gonna get all of them, or I'll personally French kiss a USB-C port.
No! God, please, no! No!
So the game starts off with us exploring 4 big areas, each with 4 baby zones. Our first stop is the beach one, Cooling Springs, which sounds a lot like a fancy retirement village sponsored by Gatorade. I felt safe here, emotionally. Then we hop into a spring suit, and by spring suit, I mean a torture device that turns you into Astro the pogo stick. I yeet into the sky, grab a puzzle piece, and unlock my first trophy. Moments later, I find my first artifact, and it's a gun, like an actual firearm, because nothing says family fun like arming your mascot.
America! Yeah!
We wrap up our pool party in Cooling Springs by unlocking the PS3 artifact, a chunky boy, a console that looks like a George Foreman grill and sounded like a jet engine trying to ascend. Next, we dive into GPU jungle, which is, shockingly, a jungle. I know, I'm just as stunned as you are. Vines, trees, swinging ropes. It's like Tarzan and Donkey Kong open a CrossFit gym together. In the middle of all this botanical chaos, I entered full Mike Tyson mode. I ran up, no hesitation, and decked 3 bots like they just said something about my mother.
Oh, Lord! Oh, shit!
And finally, after fighting through vines and trauma, I make it to the PS4 artifact. Sleek, minimalistic, beautiful. Probably still installing updates as we speak. Then it was on to SSD Speedway, a stage themed around time, space, and making me question my sobriety. Imagine Marvel meets low gravity Mario Kart and your GPS has a drinking problem. You float, you bounce, and then you crash like your mum's Mazda after bottomless mimosas. After speedrunning a spaceship that handles like it was built in a garage on meth, we crash land into the PS2 artifact. That thing raised me. Got the Emotion Engine trophy and a flashback to every scratch disc I ever owned. Anyway, we went next to Memory Meadow. So serene, so peaceful, until got absolutely sniped in the glutes by a flying trash mob. Trophy pop, pain. Fitting, accurate. Probably symbolic too, but I didn't major in literature.
How do you like them apples?
Then, things got worse. They turned me into a ball. Just a ball. Which I then had to roll around like a hamster with anxiety. I hated every moment. The physics? Atrocious. My sanity? Gone. We barely rolled to the finish line and found the PS1. Small, beautiful, brick shape. We grabbed it and the trophy popped.
Do it.
And just like that, stage 1 was done. We were free. Until we weren't, because now it was collectible time. Puzzle pieces, artifacts, controller snapping rage. All of it. First stop, back to SSD Speedway, where we checked every nook in every granny. I don't even know what a granny is in this context, but we checked her. Found every artifact, got the welcome to 3rd place trophy. Don't worry, bronze is still a medal, barely.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Then, found the final puzzle piece tucked away in some corner that probably violated spatial logic, and unlocked the Omega Booster trophy, which sounds a lot like a steroid, but nope, just the wall mural. Next, back to GPU jungle. I'm not saying I was traumatized by the platforming, but my thumbs now scream in Morse code. Some Green Goblin reject from a PS2 launch title tried to spit on me, but I pulled an Uno reverse on him and spat right back. Trophy pop, ready for the proving. Don't test me, boy.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
A few painful jumps later, and boom, last puzzle piece found. Found Legacy trophy. And you better believe I found Legacy, right next to Chronic Thumb Cramp. Then we wrapped GPU jungle with the final artifact. Trophy popped, and I popped off. We went back to Memory Meadow where the air is light, the clouds are fluffy, and the ball section is designed to ruin lives. I died so many times, even your mum started feeling bad for me, and she usually doesn't. But then the final puzzle piece hit my screen like divine intervention, and immediately after, conquered worlds for snagging every artifact.
Fine addition to my collection.
Next up, Cooling Springs. I pulled every collectible out of every crevice like a digital raccoon and snagged the Cool Hoarder trophy. Played a quick round of beach ball ping pong with myself and unlocked Keepy Uppy, because clearly that deserves recognition more than, I don't know, not dying inside.
Is it Keepy Uppy?
Yeah, it's Keepy Uppy.
Then we found every artifact and such a big fan popped. Cool, right? I'm a big fan too of being done. So I'm just chilling, right, going about my day, and then I step into alternate dimension. Like casually, didn't mean to. Thought it was a shortcut, next thing I know, dinosaurs. 2 of them, just vibing. I panic, obviously, because this is Astro's Playroom, not Jurassic Park. But then the play has no limits trophy pops, and I realize, oh, this is DLC. Guess we're 100%ing that now too.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Anyway, I took a hard left into the gotcha machine because nothing says family-friendly fun like thinly veiled gambling simulator. Got my first capsule, trophy. Gotcha beginner. Felt good. Felt way too good.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Then it spiraled fast. Kept spinning, kept feeding coins like I was possessed by a Vegas demon. Gotcha maniac pop, and I started calculating odds like a crypto bro. Somewhere in the addiction spiral, we got for the players, which is ironic because I'm clearly being exploited. Then popped a grand tour for collecting every puzzle piece, and then, after what felt like 1,000 pulls and 3 broken thumbsticks, Sarah gotcha, every last capsule. Then Dude Raider, every artifact collected, even the cursed ones. And with that, all puzzle pieces and collectibles complete. Finally, I can feel my soul again. After kicking my crippling gotcha addiction and hitting emotional rock bottom, I figured, hey, let's go hit some robots instead. Therapy's expensive, this is free. First, we unlocked the last guy by rallying 20 innocent bots together using lightly aggressive encouragement. Basically, I punched them in the back until they started following me like groupies at a boy band reunion.
You're coming home with me.
Then I lined them all up and went full Wario mode. Slapped each one across the face like I was running a budget daycare. Trophy pop, and I regret nothing. Still had violence in my heart, so I took it to the lab. Climbed the ladder next to the PS2, hit a perfect arc on my descent, and bonk, punched the logo mid-air. This way up unlocked physics optional. Then I returned to the central area, gathered a mob of bots, and hosted the first ever Astro mosh pit. Apparently, the giant Astro wasn't a fan because he slammed the glass like he just saw someone touch his PS5 without washing their hands. So remember how I accidentally started the DLC like 3 segments ago? Turns out that wasn't a detour, that was foreshadowing. We committed, we leaned in, we finished it. First up, run Astro Run, a speedrun gauntlet that basically told me go fast or go cry. You have to complete a bunch of levels in under 7 minutes total. Easy, right? Wrong. Because they brought back the ball. My arch nemesis, my white whale, the spherical spawn of Satan, and now I had to go fast with it. One little mistake, run over, dignity lost, my therapist could hear me scream. Then came the second DLC, basically Astro's Playroom but with guest stars. Weird alternate versions of Astro were hiding around the world like cursed Funko Pops. One looked like they escaped Bloodborne, another was straight from Ape Escape. Sony's multiverse is unhinged. Each one required solving a challenge, unlocking the prison pod, and freeing them like I was running a robot parole program. Got a trophy for each.
Who are you people?
And with those 4 done, the final DLC trophy pops for the players. With the DLCs defeated, it was time to finish off the last remaining trophies. And we started by going full Inception. So there's a trophy that gives you a trophy which unlocks another trophy. Look, I don't know how it works. I just know I touched one and the trophy popped. Naturally, I picked up the bronze one because of course I did. That's my value, bronze tier life.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Next, I walked up to the VR headset and slapped it like I was trying to wake it from a coma. Looked inside, saw myself staring back, existential crisis acquired. I recognized you popped. Then I went full Jedi Fallen Order and parkoured my way to the top of the lab. Climbed the gun, channeled Cal Kestis, forgot how to breathe. Trophy, the very far point or whatever it's called, I don't know. I was too dizzy to read it. After that, we tackled the hardest challenge yet, walking. Yes, literally walked through a blue home icon. What an absolute banger of game design. And finally, the OG PlayStation, the beast, the brick. I walked up, popped open the disc tray, and immediately got hit with a cloud of nostalgia and maybe asbestos. I swear, I got hit with a puff of air that smelled like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and your mum's living room back in 2002.
What did he say?
Turns out I forgot some trophies. So we head back to Cooling Springs, climb up the absolute daddy board, leap like an Olympic champion, and land the High Diver trophy.
Oh my god!
Then right before the level ends, we dive into the fountain, have a splash, feel cute, might delete later. Then over to the snow biome, where things escalate real quick. Jumped on an iceberg, spun like a cracked Beyblade, and bam, twisting metal unlocked. Then we waddled over to some penguins making a snowman, and in true festive spirit, kicked their snowman to death. Rolled that snow into a beast of a ball and got little rolling star. Sorry penguins. Memory Meadow next. Weather? Disgusting. Found shelter under a tiny roof and somehow that gave us the Jason trophy, the most dramatic trophy for standing still. But then it was time. One last rematch with the ball. This time, we rolled that menace straight into some pins, wipeout unlocked, sweet, sweet revenge. Next, I got too cocky in the monkey section and missed the bar. Nearly fell to my death, but caught the ledge last second like a legend. Trophy popped, while my soul and a little poo left my body.
That's what I'm saying.
Before leaving, we strolled into another snow zone, and it was riddled with rabbits. So I grabbed a bow and unalived a few. Dinner secured. Ellie would be proud.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Then we hit space again, found a gun and decided spinning and firing was a smart idea. It wasn't, but wild arms popped, so we pretend it was. And finally, we go back to the lab, punch the Sony banner like it owes child support, and reveal that beautiful old school PS logo. And then, platinum trophy drops. So that's the platinum done. Every trophy, every collectible, every single one of those cursed Astro cosplayers rescued from glass tubes like a weird robot zoo. I came to the game thinking it would be a chill little demo, and left emotionally attached to a tiny blue robot with a gambling problem. Thanks Astro, you weird, wonderful, overly ambitious tech demo. If you made it to the end of the video, comment, I too was unalived by the ball, so I know you're one of the real ones. And hey, like and subscribe or I'll personally eject your PS5 disc tray, even if it's digital.